welcome. So today we're gonna do a quick run to Yankee Stadium and back from Yankee Stadium. So that's what we'll be working on here. Hope everybody's doing well. It's been a long time. I had my birthday and just been running around doing a bunch of stuff. So I haven't had a bunch of time to stream, which is why we haven't been on here in a while. So just had a lot going on. But I didn't forget about anybody. We are here, and we are happy to be here. So the first run is going to be 14 minutes. The second one is going to be 21. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't end up with a whole bunch of delays here. Just because this one is like, this particular line is like known for backups on the game. So, ooh, up to 70% off add-ons on PlayStation. We'll take a look at that, see if there's anything worth picking up here. Alright, so we'll get started in a second here. I also just realized I had the schedule set to vacation since Christmas. That's strange. Alright, so we'll get started here in a little bit. Just trying to get everything up and running. Alright, so we're going to do 2 runs here. First one here is going to be 14 minutes, and then the return will be 21 minutes. Ooh, the 5 circles out now. Okay, so we have that already. Blackpool branches, I don't think we have, so it's only 20% off. I'll wait for this Fife line to go on sale too. I want to get that one. I love the Scottish lines. We actually drove across the Firth of Fife Bridge, going up to the Highlands. But we did not take it, we didn't take the train across it because we were in a truck, or in a bus. But then when we went to Glasgow, we did take the train, which they do have the Glasgow to Edinburgh line on here as well. That was pretty much a street shot. Okay, let's get this train set up. Lock the doors. Turn off the marker lights. Turn on our headlights. Let's go into max brake and charged brakes. You see our brake pipe going up here. Okay, that's good to go. Let's see, let's do safety systems. It'll probably slow us down a little bit. But let's give it a shot today. Parking brake is released. Very good. Okay. Looks like everything is good to go. Close the doors. Okay, here we go. So our first stop will be 125th Street. So about 9 minutes to get there. We should be okay though. Still green ahead. We're going downhill, so it's going to start to pick up some speed. We just don't want it to go too fast, because then they're going to give us some penalties. Alright, this is always a slow climb out of here. Got a train waiting for us right there to cross. Very good. So it's very slow getting out of here. But we should still be on time. The thing I'm always a little worried about on this particular map is when we get closer to our end station, if there's going to be a traffic backup. Clear to 60 now. Alright, so first stop is going to be 125th Street here in Harlem. That'll also give us an opportunity to pick up some passengers that are going to the game as well. We are in Manhattan, if you're not familiar with these areas. looks like we're gonna be right on time. And if you're not familiar, these lines do expect you to blow the horn as you come into the station. Alright, doors open. Alright, next stop is going to be the Yankee Station. Yeah, Yankee Stadium stop. So once we finish this one, we'll do the return trip as well. It's one of my favorite crossings here. It's 135th Street Bridge. It's a pretty steep decline here. So stay tuned for the return journey. I'm going to take the other train back. So if you're not familiar, there's some tailgating areas back here. This is actually a mix of the highway. And let's see if we can get a little higher here. So this is a smokestack that's shaped like a baseball bat. And to the left of all that is the stadium. Alright, so we're going to take the return trip back here. Got everybody to the stadium in a good amount of time. Let's go back to the turntable. I think that train is like a 15-minute difference, so I didn't want to just wait on the platform for it. Hey Timmy, how you doing? How's everything going? How's the little one? Just gonna be quick. The next run is gonna be about 20 minutes back to Grand Central. Okay, so we're gonna do the Croton Harmon to Grand Central, this one. Express train from Yankee Stadium to Grand Central. I'm okay. We had a little bit of we had an earthquake that we felt here in New York the other day, on Friday. So that was fun. It's at least the second one that I remember in my lifetime. But this one's like much closer. But outside of that, I'm okay. Just running around a lot, taking care of a bunch of people. But my birthday was about 2 weeks ago, so I turned 40. And just been taking it easy. So I hadn't streamed in a few days because of that. Just been taking a break, celebrating such. Thank you, thank you. Alright, we're going to operate an express train from Yankee Stadium station to Grand Central. And that'll wrap it up for us today. So let's put the key on. Let's move this to forward. Get this into max brake charge. And where's the platforms on that side? Yeah, okay. Alright, let's set our lights. Turn off the marker lights. Let's put these safety systems back on. Looks good. Let's take a look outside. We got 3-minute wait here, so I'll show everybody. So that is one of the highway. Ooh, where did it take me? That's the highway. That highway goes from New York City all the way up to Albany, and eventually can get you to Canada if you stay on there long enough. This is a smokestack that's designed to look like a baseball bat. And Yankee Stadium is essentially like in the area back over here. I don't think they modeled it. No, you can't really see it, so. We're supposed to be able to see a little bit of it, but I didn't have time. I meant to get some of the glasses, and I didn't get a chance to see them. To get some. Are you going to be able to see it where you are? We're talking about the solar eclipse. So you can hear the fans if you listen closely at the game. That was a nice little touch that they added. But across this footbridge, the stadium's like back that way. Yeah, this part's not real. There's no football stadium there. There is a field where the old stadium used to be, and then the new stadium's like a little further this way. But yeah, Timmy, will you be able to see the eclipse from where you are tomorrow? They said we might be able to get like a partial of it. But they have to remind people, don't stare directly into the sun. They said during the eclipse, though, you can look at it without the protective glasses and you should be okay. Okay. Alright, so we got about 20-something seconds here. Okay, cool. Yeah, they were saying like we technically have these eclipses every 18 months, but they're usually in places that like nobody's living, so it's harder to see them. Alright, let's roll. Yeah, I've actually been to the station in real life, yes. Many, many moons ago. You have to walk across that footbridge there. Yeah, most of these stations on the Metro North I've been to. I have not been to most of the stations on the LIRR. But I kind of grew up riding this particular train into the city. So what we would do, they eventually, because sometimes parking at the stadium is a pain, so they eventually opened up these train lines. Okay. Yeah, and they actually modeled it pretty well. It's pretty accurate. Slow down just a little bit here. Yeah, most of the stuff is actually modeled pretty accurately. There used to be a skating rink around here when I was growing up. It's called Skate Key. We used to take trips there in school. I don't know if they brought it back or not, but it wasn't the easiest place to get to. And I used to have to go through metal detectors when you got there, because there used to be a lot of fights. We're good, we're not speeding. So we're going to be leaving the Bronx and we're going to be heading into Manhattan here. Back across the 135th Street Bridge, which is coming up. This bridge is designed so that if there was a big ship passing, the bridge can actually be raised, which is why it looks like that. It has like little elevator lifts there in the structure here. You can see the cables for it. And so if they have to, they could actually raise this bridge, stop all train traffic on both ends. And for work, I had to actually go right over here at 135th Street to work on a location that we have, but I actually posted pictures of the bridge in the Discord years ago, so you can check that out if anybody's interested in seeing that bridge for real. Alright, 125th Street's next. If you're new to the channel, feel free to follow. You can see more of our videos. I have been moving old videos to our YouTube page as well, because Twitch doesn't save them as long as they used to. I actually have to check to make sure I move some stuff over, because I haven't looked at the deadlines in a few days. Alright, this is 125th Street. This is in Harlem. It's kind of like the center of Harlem. Lots of good food, lots of culture. A few crazy things happen around here sometimes. They had some problems over the years with homelessness. But that's life in a big city. Alrighty, so I've been to this station as well. And they did a decent job of modeling it. We're actually super early. So there's also three lines that, two lines, three lines. I think it's 3 lines that come through this area. Yeah, 3 lines. One goes to Connecticut, and the other 2 go to other parts of New York State. Alright, so like I said, we're very early, so we're just waiting here before we go. Still have a whole minute. Okay, we're gonna close the doors here in a second. Alright, next we're headed to Grand Central. So we're leaving 125th Street. I think this opens up to about 60. Yes, it does. We're just waiting for the game to give us clearance. There we go. Come into this section here, have a bunch of apartment buildings on the left and right, and then eventually we actually get into the area where Columbia University is, which is right around here. As they say, Columbia University in the city of New York. That's their recent advertisements. So as you see up here, these buildings over here, that's where Columbia pretty much starts. Start to slow down as we have to come down to a 45. Good. Yep, gotcha. Sometimes I like to beat it to it before the game starts to freak out on us. So now we're going through the tunnels. And from here, everything is going to be underground. This keeps up, we might be in here much quicker than I thought. Just let it coast here because they're going to want us to come back down to 45. Oh, there's another train on the side. I was like, that was scary for a second because it looked like a train was heading towards us. But the game with the shading, there's a tunnel to the left of us, and the train was coming down that tunnel. But the lights looked like they were heading for us. Okay, at some point they're gonna have to slow us down. Yeah, there it's coming. We gotta come down to 10. Okay, relax. They try to like gradually step you down, but sometimes it's a little bit off when they start to give you alerts. We had a little bit of time before they killed the speed, but just they didn't want to wait. Alright, so we got about 8 minutes here. There's another train leaving. These are some of the most reinforced stations I think I've seen. Just because there's a lot of buildings above them. So one thing that's kind of annoying about this is that, again, we're going downhill with a very slow speed restriction. So we're gonna have to keep like adding some braking. I will tell you, as a passenger, this is sometimes the worst part of this trip. Because like if you have to get somewhere, once you get into Manhattan, you're kind of like hoping that this train will move a little quicker, but they can't. And sometimes you're just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. That used to happen when I had to go to meetings and take this into the city. But now I live in the city most of the time, so I don't have to do that commute. It's usually coming in another direction now, which is also cheaper, because this train is not cheap during peak hours. I forgot how much it was last time I checked, but they do peak and off-peak. So peak will be like rush hour times, and then off-peak is the times before rush hour, after rush hour, and then in between the two rush hour periods. But typically most things that you need to be at are going to be occurring during peak hours. They also used to have a booze car. I don't know if they opened it up again after the pandemic. But they also used to have some people selling like alcohol and food and stuff before you got on the train. Excuse me. As the idea would be that they would be a little cheaper before you got on the train. Okay, we are almost here. Oh, this is a good stop because you can run right up the ramp here and head to wherever else you need to get to. I like this track. Okay. Alright, let's shut this one down. Let me see, are we on? Actually, you know what? I'm not going to shut it down with the lights just because they may just take the loop around to send them back out. So it would make sense to shut the lights off here. We'll put this into emergency. Set it for key out. We're actually super early, so alright, that should be, there we go. Yeah, we were early. Okay, excellent. So we are all done. So I just want to say thank you anybody who stopped by. You can check us out on the YouTube. We're going to raid another stream here. Let's raid. Who's streaming? Let's raid Alright everyone, thank you again for stopping by. Appreciate it. Again, like, follow, subscribe if you haven't. Check us out here on Twitch occasionally, and check us out on YouTube. Stay safe everyone.